My wife's surprise stopped me from committing the biggest mistake of my life 6 months ago. My brother Marcus moved into the apartment directly above ours. His lease ended, and the timing lined up with the unit opening in our building, so my wife and I told him to take it. We thought it'd be fun. Close, but not too close. Dinner a couple times a week. Someone to watch the game with someone she'd feel safe calling. If I was ever traveling for work, it made sense on paper, and in the beginning it was exactly that. For the first month, everything was fine. You'd come down on Sundays, we'd cook, you'd leave by 9. My wife would text him the same way she always had occasionally. Casually, the way you text family, then something shifted. It wasn't one big thing. It never is. It was small stuff that stacked up slowly until I was already the texting change first, not the frequency, the secrecy. She'd be on her phone on the couch, and the second I sat down, the screen would flip face down under her thigh. I didn't say anything. The first time told myself I was being paranoid. By the 5th or 6th time, I'd stopped telling myself anything and just started watching. She started going upstairs more always with a reason he doesn't know how to work the thermostat. I told him I'd show him where the laundry room key goes, and I'd nod, because what was I supposed to say? He's my brother. She's my wife. I trusted them. But there were nights I could hear them through the ceiling. Not the words, just the sound, her laugh. The real one, not the polite one. I'd be lying in bed, and I'd hear that laugh from the floor above me, and feel something want to name sitting in the center of my chest. She started carrying a small notebook, olive green cover, with an elastic strap. She'd write in it at the kitchen table, and then slide it into her coat pocket. Once I walked in mid-sentence, and she finished writing, close it, and smiled at me like nothing had happened. I smiled back. I was getting good at that. I told myself there were 100 explanations. Journaling a work project, I ran through all of them at 2 in the morning, more times than I want to admit. Twice. I thought about opening it twice. I put it back. The 3rd time I didn't. She was in the shower. The notebook was on her nightstand. I've been awake for 40 minutes lying there, and I reached for it. Not proud of that, but I did. I flipped it open. The first page stopped me completely. It was a list, want names, some crossed out, some circled, some with notes next to them, and at the very top of the page in her handwriting, underlined twice, don't tell him yet, want to do it right. Ask Marcus to help with the setup. He knows what to do with the lights. I read it 3 times. I heard the shower shut off. I sat on the edge of the bed and couldn't move. My brain was doing that thing where it's working too fast and too slow at the same time. Baby names she'd written. Baby names, and my brother wasn't helping her hide something from me. He was helping her plan something for me. She came out of the bathroom in a towel, and the second she saw me with the notebook, her face collapsed. Not guilt, not the look I spent weeks bracing for, pure, helpless devastation that was ruined. She sat down next to me and started crying quietly. The kind of crying you do when you've been holding something beautiful for a long time, and it just filled. I was gonna do it this weekend. She said Marcus got the string lights and everything. 11 weeks. She'd been 11 weeks along and hadn't told me because she wanted it to be right. The lighting, the moment, all of it, exactly how she pictured it. My brother had been helping her plan a pregnancy reveal, every midnight laugh through the ceiling, every flip phone screen, every trip upstairs, with the reason that didn't quite add up. All of it was this. I don't know how long we sat there. Eventually, I put my arm around her and she leaned into me, and I kept thinking about the version of from 3 weeks earlier, the one who had started quietly building a case, who had let his gut talk him into a story that was never true. I had been close to doing something I couldn't take back. I hadn't acted on it, but I thought about it seriously. The only thing standing between me and that decision was a list of baby names in an olive green notebook on a nightstand. She still doesn't know how far my head had gone. I'm not sure she ever needs to. For 15 weeks now, she did a smaller reveal anyway, just the 2 of us, string lights and all. Marcus came down after, and we ordered food and stayed up too late, and nobody in that room knew what had almost happened. I think about it more than I should, about how close a good man can come to becoming someone he doesn't recognize, and how sometimes the thing that saves him is quiet as a notebook he was never supposed to find.